Okay, people. So, hey, we've got a new entry to the vampire genre of horror films, and it is called Red Snow. So, this film is written and directed by Sean Nichols Lynch. It is produced by Lynch, um, along with Eric Bursell, uh, Tommy Maples. Tommy Maples, that's not a bad name, is it? Hey, it's Tommy Maples. I have no, I don't even know why I did Italian. He probably is not. L'Oreal Leon and Stephen Bellamy also. Um, Timothy Lynch handles the music. We got Gavin V. Murray on cinematography. Lindsay Boolender did the casting. Production design is Sarah Alex and Melanie Lendro. Um, Lindsay Bohind also was the art director. And Sarah Alex also handled costume design. Melanie Landro also did the makeup. Okay, so our cast, we have Olivia Romo, who is played by Dennice Cisneros. We have Luke, played by Nico Bellamy. We've got Jackie, played by Laura Kennon. We have Brock, played by Alan Silva. Julius King, he's played by Vernon Wells. His associate Simon is played by Edward Yule. And then there's Amy, played by Olivia Pintz. Um, uh, Also, Olivia's sister, who we never see, but she is voiced by Nancy Martinez Soto. Okie dokie. So, people, the gist of the film is this: aspiring vampire, uh, aspiring vampire romance novelist Olivia Romo is spending the holidays alone, held up in her snowbound cabin near Lake Tahoe, and racking up rejection letters from publishers until one night an injured bat slams against her window. Sympathetic to creatures of the night, Olivia takes the wounded critter inside her garage to nurse it back to health. The next day, however, Olivia is delighted to discover that the bat has transformed into a handsome vampire. His name is Luke. He's not a fan of crosses, garlic, or sunlight, but he seems to take a strange liking to Olivia. The unlikely companions get to know each other and start to form a tenuous friendship, but Olivia grows suspicious of Luke's intentions as his past begins to catch up with him. First, there's strange detective who comes looking for Luke and his dangerous associates. Then there's the pale figures creeping outside Olivia's cabin at night. And at last, Luke's old vampire friends come out of the shadows and into Olivia's cabin. They want Luke back, but first, they want to help themselves to his tasty new friend. Oh dear, oh dear. Um, so it starts off right with a woman going into the woods looking for a dog, right? Which is always, it's never going to end well, right? And you wonder yourself, man, like, why would anyone go alone into a motherfucking woods? right? Why would you do that shit? It's insane. It's insane. And so we had this incident, and then we just jumped to Olivia, right? And we kind of just see a little montage of her waking up, having breakfast, having coffee, writing, going to the post box, and it's just this and this and this and this, right? Um, until one day the bat flies into her door. Now, I think there is a lot of suspension of reality that you have to put with watching this, which, I mean, to be fair, it is a horror film, right? And it is about vampires. So, what are you expecting? I guess. But, like straight out the gate, when she goes to grab this vampire, she puts it in a box. There's no fucking holes in the box. She gives it water and all of this, but there's no holes in a box. What are you doing? Like, what was the point in trying to help it if you're trying to kill it, right? So we have this, but once she sees the transformation, she acts real scared and weird. Like this thing like hisses at her and all of that. So it seemed like, at first I will say, I was just like, why the fuck would she be trying to protect this vampire? Then I remembered crazy women be sending letters to serial killers. You know what I mean? And all the chicks would be like, oh, wasn't a Bundy really attractive? Oh, I want to marry Charles Manson. You'd be like, you crazy motherfuckers. What is wrong with you? You know what I mean? So when you remember that, it's something like, yeah, actually, yeah, this would happen, right? Too many crazy broads watching Twilight and what True Blood, right? Twilight, True Blood, friggin' Anne Rice's books, and they'd be like, oh, maybe this vampire will fall in love with me. Right? So we get all of that. Now, this is where it gets a little weird, right? Because, firstly, she writes vampire romance fiction, which is just dumb. It's dumb. I mean, listen, if you like it, that's fine. But it's just the thing being like, wait, so you think this vampire's not going to eat you? Right? If people will have sex with people and then kill them, and that's human people, why do you think a vampire's not going to have sex with you and then kill you? Right? That's the weird thing about this whole vampire romance. That's something that makes no sense to me. Right? We know what humans will do. So why do you think a vampire ain't going to do the same? Is that pussy so good? Huh? He don't care. He wants the blood. Man, the pussy's just an aperitif. You know what I mean? Shit. But you have her act like this, but she thinks a locked door is gonna keep it. That was a weird thing. It's just like there's certain things we were talking about, and it's just like, but wait, you write about vampires. Vampires are meant to have like, a lot of strength. They're meant to be tougher, more powerful. So why do you think a door is gonna hold this fucking thing back? There's weird things in this like that, right? Also, at the very start, we have her talking to her sister and being like, I want to be like you. You know what I mean? I don't want to go home. I'm happy here. I'm writing this book, blah, 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 blah. Right? All of that's what she's kicking out at the start. You know what I mean? So we have all of this. Then there's also things like she's deceiving a Private Eye, right? Old Julius King does that, which, I mean, it's not believable, right? Nothing she says is believable, right? Which, plays into the story, and we see how that unfolds. But then later on, she's all lamenting and be like, I was tricked. And be like, you weren't tricked. You jumped into this both feet. You were eager for some vampire dick. That's the shit, right? And so it's just like, what the fuck is happening? We have to ask for advice and then be like, and be like, yo, you asked for it. Like, what is going on? There's so many contradictions in the film. And especially at the end, when she's just like, Christmas is about spending time with family, and be like, yo, chill. You didn't want to. You know what I mean? Your sister, in fact, you turned it down. What the fuck are you moaning about? Also, another gripe, right? We see her at the very start not be able to handle a crossbow and all of this. And then at the end, we're meant to believe that she can. As well, we see her not be able to aim and hit a target. And then she can. You know what I mean? It's a little bit like, huh? Plus, certain items would never break the skin. They ain't breaking the skin. But for some reason of this, they do. Right, we're meant to believe that certain things, you know what I mean? Skewers. Fucking kebabs. No. No. Oi. Like, the acting is a little inconsistent. Right? Some of it is better than others. You know what I mean? I'll say that. But, it's not terrible. It's just like, yeah, some of the lines are kind of wooden. Yeah, expressions and fear, we're not overly convinced. But if you like hammy horror, right? If you like things a little over the top and just like, I think this will, this could be your thing. It's not as stylized as Night Teeth. Because Night Teeth looked fucking good. It got stupid towards the end, but it looked very good. This isn't like that. But I'm trying to think of some like hammy shit. I don't know, man. It's kind of Rocky Horror Picture Show-ish in places. But yeah, if you're into a vampire romance and all of that, MacGuffin, then hey, Red Snow, it will be coming to a VOD near you on Monday, the 6th of December. Okay, people. So yeah, if you fancy a Christmas tinged vampire story, then Red Snow may be the one for you. Okay?